Welcome in to Turn Up the Volume, where volume stands for Voices of Ladies United, Motivated, and Empowered. It's March, so we're kicking it off with Women's History Month. And I mean, we do this every time at Turn Up the Volume, bringing in ladies, but we're doing it special this month here. And we have with us today Patty Galvan. You might have heard of her throughout the CSRA. I'm going to bring her up here. Hey there, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yes, Patty, one of the co-owners of the Rey Group. We also know that you're very involved in the community. Many might not even know that, but if they don't know, they know now,
yes,
don't
exactly.
they? Yes. Well, we're excited to talk to you a little bit about your involvement within the community, and then we'll also get on some food as well.
Yes,
hey, we can't step out without stepping on some food.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to talk about all of that.
Yes, so exciting. So, again, you have a nonprofit that you started a few years back,
Yes.
Corazón Bonito. Yes, tell us a little bit about that organization.
So, I funded Corazón Bonito back in 2021, I believe. And it was just, I want to say it was a passion project. We try to do a lot of community involvement through the restaurant, but there's only so much you can do as a business. So I was like, okay, let's just dive deeper and see if we can do a nonprofit. There is a lot of need in the community for a lot of different aspects. But Corazón Bonito focuses on helping our friends that are in foster care and our elders and people in hospice. We try to do baskets throughout major holidays, pen pal groups and stuff like that to keep them communicated with the world. And so that's a little bit of what we do.
Yes, I love that there. And you spoke on it a little bit, saying it was a passion project for you. You know, a lot of times people either speak on things like this being called to them, or it was just brought to them. So this was something you already felt inside of yourself and said, let me step out and use and do this more.
So, well, I'm Mexican. So our culture is always more into like giving and bringing people together at a table for food and stuff like that. My mom and dad taught us very young that, you know, if we have even a spare loaf of bread we can give away, then we should. So growing up, we always had that in the back of our heads, like, okay, if and one day we make it to where we're comfortable enough to help, we should.
Wow, that is really sweet there. Yes. So it was basically already in your blood.
Exactly.
That is perfect. Bringing in culture, but also wanting to, you know, still just uplift and do what you can. And you made it to where you're able to do this.
I'm very blessed to be able to do so. Yes. And when I thought about the name Corazón Bonito, I wanted it to be in Spanish because I want to stick to my roots. It translates to beautiful heart. I believe we all have a beautiful heart.
Yeah.
It's sometimes just, you know, a little bit harder to get in there for others, but, you know, we all have a beautiful heart. And no matter how much of a small amount of help you think you're doing, it's always a big impact. No, even if you feel like you're not doing a lot of impact is being made.
Yeah, no, that right there is key. You know, even when you don't think something is really impacting a community, it is. All those small steps still lead to something bigger. Yes. And you spoke a little bit about you all making baskets, but speak on some more of those events and one that really steps out to you. Like, I know you've done a good bit, but is there one that really jumps out to you?
So, for Christmas this last year, I partner with a Phoenix Hospice. It's a local hospice group that takes care of a lot of parts of Georgia, and we were able to provide all of their hospice residents with the Christmas present, which was over 300. And I thought that was it was very hard to do. It's a high number, and sadly, when we speak about helping, especially during the holidays, a lot of people want to help, and that's amazing. I'm always very grateful for the help. But it's much harder to get help for the elder than it is for kids and, you know, other groups. So that number was very high. At one point, I was like, I'm not sure we're going to make it. But we did, and it was great to be able to get pictures of them opening their presents and seeing their smile. It was like it was worth it all. So that was, I think, the highlight of my year last year.
Yeah, well, that is really amazing.
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully you can keep that going this year and see those smiles on their faces. I love that you're focusing on two groups that, you know, are that people I don't think really think about.
I know. It's a lot of people have asked me, because it's like hospice and foster care. They're like completely opposite, and the age groups are like completely opposite as well. For me, I think they're very similar. You know, they're a group in our community that are often forgotten. It's not talked about enough. Foster care is not talked about enough. There's a lot of kids in foster care here in Georgia, and it's kind of something that if it's not brought to your attention, it's not talked about. Same thing with hospice patients. They're in hospice. They're waiting to pass away, and a lot of people just don't think about that, you know? So in many ways, they go through the same things. And for me, I think our elders have so much knowledge that they can share with us, and to be able to link like those two groups together and see that they can provide some knowledge to our kids in foster care and maybe uplift them, give them some kind of hope that things will get better, because things might get better. You know, it's just a rough patch. I think it's great. So I know it's two very different things going on, but essentially they're very similar in many ways.
Yeah, now with you explaining it like that and everything, that is a perfect combination. You know, foster kids with them being the younger generation, and mainly those in hospice being are older.
Obviously, there's many age groups in hospice too, but for the most part, they are older. And they're full of knowledge.
Oh man,
full of life.
I bet.
It makes me think a lot. Sometimes we drown ourselves in a little cup of water, and then you go and talk to them, and you get to see the bigger picture, and you get to walk out, and you're like, okay, my life isn't that bad. Right. You know, like, what am I doing? Yeah. It's a really cool experience,
Yeah, that is amazing. You know, being able to still get lessons from these, while you're helping them, you're able to get some help back in a way.
It's awesome. Yes.
It's a full circle.
Yes, there you go.
Exactly. Yes. And with you having this organization here, I know you spoke a little bit about people helping out, and we'll get to that in a moment. But for those that actually need the help, is it something that they can reach out on, or are you all usually?
Of course. They can always reach out through our social media or our email, and you know, whatever we can help with. It's really rare that we say no. Even if it's something that's hard, we try to make it happen. My family and I grew up here in the CSRA, so I call it home. And, you know, to be able to give back, it's an amazing feeling. So even when we try to partner with other organizations, whether it's through the restaurant or through Corazón Bonito, because, again, there is so much need and so many aspects here in the CSRA. So it's really great to see a lot of awesome organizations here and nonprofits doing really, really great things here in the area.
That is true. I mean, there is, you know, tons of organizations here.
Yes.
I think that y'all are all doing amazing work, and being able to come together and still, and like you said, not really say no. You know, you try to get out there and do it.
And I mean, I love, for the most part, how great we get to work together. It's not a competition. We all want the CSRA to be great. We all want the group that we're trying to help be better. Yeah. So it's kind of like, hey, let's hold hands and lift each other.
Yes,
yeah.
I love that. And then I know with Rey Group, you all, is it every Sunday go out with Campus Campus for
every
Hope?
Sunday we my brother has been the one that's taken over that. We started, I believe it was last year, that we wanted to go one time and see how it goes. And my brother has been going every Sunday.
Wow.
We help feed the homeless. We give them a burrito. But Compass for Hope is awesome. And whether it's raining, freezing, Helene, everything that happened, they're there. no matter what. And so that's a great thing to be able to be part of as well.
Yes, I love that. And then to hear it's not just you, it's a family affair.
It's a family thing. Yeah, we usually try to bring our kids.
Oh, sweet.
My mom, and it's awesome because they kind of already recognize, even when, for example, my brother has two young kids, and when one of them doesn't show up, they're like, where's Zoe, or where's Santi today? So they already know, and they're waiting, or they see my mom and they say, hey, Mama, how are you today? You know, so it's really great to see the appreciation too.
That is sweet. And you spoke a little bit, about your mom basically instilled this in y'all to get out and help when you can. Yes. So how is that for her, seeing this really come about?
She always says it's a blessing, and she says she's very proud of us. We came to the United States when we were younger, and my parents did a lot of sacrifices for us so that we could reach the American dream, and it's been great to be able to achieve it and then be able to kind of live her dream through our dream. It's really cool. And so anytime that anything happens, like whether we're doing like the baskets, or we're doing spirit nights at the restaurant, the Christmas gifts, she's always hands-on, very, very, very hands-on. So I'm very happy to be able to see her smile and see her, accomplish her dream in a way. So it's really cool.
Oh yeah, that's very sweet there. And that's true. Accomplish her dream, even if it's with the help of y'all or through y'all.
Exactly,
it definitely happened, and she can see that. Okay, I did teach them well.
Yeah, hopefully she's a little bit proud. She's always like, I'm very proud, but I hope that she really sees it, and I like the ideas and the heart that she instilled in our family. We try to instill in all children, so that hopefully it's a generation after generation type of thing. So yeah,
I think it'll definitely pour into each generation as you all continue to grow. I think it will continue to.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes, and now we going back on the volunteer side. Of course, how can people themselves help out?
They can reach out. We always post on our Facebook page whatever we're doing. For example, Easter is coming up, and we are doing Easter baskets not only for our foster care kids, but also for our elders. So they can come and help volunteer build the baskets. They can volunteer to deliver the baskets. However amount of time that you have, it's greatly appreciated. Or even just sharing the information, it's a great help.
Yeah, I love that. And the Easter baskets for the elderly, I know the smile on their face is going to be out of here.
Everyone loves chocolate. So
yes, of course. Oh, that is going to be so sweet. Well, thank you so much for telling us a little bit about that there. Of course. And just seeing how, you all are continuing to impact the community. Now, as we move forward, we'll switch gears here a little bit. We'll switch gears. We'll talk a little bit about you all at El Rey or El Rey Group, because we know you all have some locations, a little bit of here and there. Now, Patty, I want to ask, what is your go-to meal over at El Rey?
Okay, well, there is a burrito called Patty's Burrito. So not to be, special, but yes.
That's very special.
But obviously you can never go wrong with tacos. Tacos they're always a hit. And we have a salsa bar.
Yes.
So it's always going to taste different if you try different toppings on it. So a taco, you can never, ever go wrong.
Yes, I love the salsa bar. I love the tacos. I haven't had the Patty Burrito.
Now you have to try it. Yes! It's going to change your life. You're going to be like, oh my God. Yes.
Okay, I'm going later today. It's today? Oh, it's not Tuesday, but I'm still going. I was about to say it's Taco Tuesday. We are in there.
Yes.
I love that. Now, I've seen a little bit on social media, some other things popping up. Now, you'll have to explain these to me a little bit. Yes. I know we have the Smash Burger, the Smash Lab Burgers, and the Food Lab.
Yes. So, the Food Lab, it's our next project that we have coming to life. Essentially, it's an industrial kitchen that we're going to house 7 menus in-house, if that makes sense.
Ooh, so is it like a food hall in a way? Or?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
So the Smash Slab Burgers is going to be part of that.
Nice. So just giving people a sneak preview
exactly.
already.
We have the Smash Slab Burgers available on DoorDash now because we wanted people to try them before they're fully available at the lab. And then we're bringing back the Munchies menu.
Oh,
with,
okay.
a few other cool menus.
Yeah.
My brother Ramiro is the crazy cool scientist behind all of our menus.
Wow.
So it's really, really great to see his creations, and then we get to try them, and we're like, whoa.
What in the world? He is so hands-on as well. Every time I'm up at the restaurant, I see your
Yeah, that's I think that's his home away from home. Yeah. Or maybe his home is his home away from Rey. So, yeah.
Yes, that is so funny. Well, that is awesome there. I mean, I think the whole community is excited to continue to see these businesses pop up, new concepts. Because I know when you all posted, like, the food lab pictures, like, what is this here?
I know. It's, we're very blessed to have the community support. When we first opened, we pour all of our life savings into it. We weren't sure if it was going to work out, the concept of El Rey, because we wanted to stick to our roots and wanted it to be authentic. We didn't want to do combos. We didn't want to do crunchy tacos.
My mom is so sad about that, by the way. She's like, they don't have crunchy tacos. I'm like, Mom, get a corn tortilla.
We just wanted to be something, more something that we grew up with. Yes. When we first opened, from our Hispanic side of the community, it was great because it's something that they are used to eating. But from the American side of the community, it was like a hit and miss. It was like, oh, we don't have crunchy tacos and you don't have ground beef. So it was, or we have to get up and get our own salsa.
I like that. I love that, though.
So it was a little bit hard in the beginning, and it for a moment we were doubting, like, oof, did we make the right choice? Should we change our menu? What should we do? And my parents were like, no, we have to stick to our idea. People are gonna, embrace it or not embrace it, but at least you stood with your passion the whole time. And then maybe we had been open for about 3 months when the word of mouth started happening, and that's the best advertisement they can be. Like if you go somewhere and you talk, you're either gonna love it or hate it, but you're gonna talk about it. And people started coming in, trying out the tacos, trying out the salsa bar, and they were like, oh, this is different because I can try all these kinds of toppings. Yes. And now they've embraced the food, and it's a really cool feeling to be able to see under your roof all kinds of walks of life, all kinds of ethnicities, and especially in the world that we live in right now, where it's very rare to agree with people, to see all kinds of walks of life in the same room.
Area, because it is
loving the food. It's like, okay, you have that in common. That's great.
Exactly. Yes. Like you said, we continue to see the world sort of divided in a way. We come together here and there, but it is still times where it is divided. Yes. So for you all to have that roof that we can still come under, eat, share our salsa,
you feel like home. You feel welcomed. It's a really cool feeling.
Yeah, I love that so much. Well, thank y'all for opening your doors to everybody and letting us get a little bit of you all's, home cooking, I would say.
It's really great to be able to share that with you guys, to share a little bit of our culture. It's never been just a restaurant for us. It's always been, like a hub for us to share our culture. We like to, for example, for Day of the Dead, we love to put that altar up and kind of teach what it means for us. And it's really great to see people, like, even our customers ask if they can bring a picture of their loved one. And that's great that they get to embrace our culture that way. We love to bring mariachi on our anniversary, just here and there, just not for you to just come and eat, but to experience part of our culture as well.
Yeah, no, that is so amazing there. And I want to switch back gears really quickly, just more so back on the nonprofit topic of things, because as I was thinking, I'm like, okay, you've been able to get out here. You have plenty of community accolades under your belt, I would say. Top 10 young professional, one of the most influential Latina women, I believe, as well. Yes. So with that under your belt and you just getting out there and helping the community, what is some advice you may have for others that, you know, they're kind of hesitant on starting their own sort of helping organization as well?
I think you shouldn't be afraid. Again, sometimes we are our biggest judges and we're like, no, it's not the right time, or what I'm doing isn't enough. But you really don't realize the impact you're making again. So any impact, any help is great help. So just go for it. Reach out to organizations that are doing similar things that you might want to do to see if it's something that, you know, you can help with, to get more involvement and more ideas on how you can, you know, start your own. Again, it's that's what I love about the nonprofit world. It's not a competition. Business, a lot of people see it as a competition. It's like, oh, well, my tacos are better than your tacos, or, you know, whatever. But nonprofit, it's kind of like we're all here trying to make the world better with our own little grain of salt. So I love that.
Yeah, I love that as well. That's very true. Like you said, this is not a competition field. We're here to help each other while we help others.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yes, I love that there. And then before we step away, you're a few years in with Corazón Bonito. So just looking ahead, what do you see for your organization, and how has these years sort of, you know, enlightened this?
They've gone by so fast, and it makes me really happy to see the involvement that we've done, and I really look forward to doing more involvement, maybe partner up with nearby areas, not just Augusta and stuff. Again, with hospice, it's not talked about enough. Foster care, it's all over Georgia. So just to be able to expand into nearby cities, that would be the ideal goal.
Well, thank you so much, Patty, for coming on and, you know, chatting with us about your nonprofit, just also sharing with us about your family and continuing to show how involved you are in the community.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me speak about my family and our passions and Corazón Bonito. Follow us on social media, either, you know, of course, the restaurants and Corazón Bonito. We're always posting updates on the menu, the food lab, everything that's coming in the near future. And then for Corazón Bonito, all the involvements that we're doing with other nonprofits and organizations and projects that we're doing, whether you may want to come and volunteer your time or, you know, again, share our information. It's always very appreciated.
Yes. Well, again, thank you, Patty.
Thank you.